This one we are going to talk about template refs in a nutshell. So template refs by default, if you see, so ref can be happening on elements on the component level and also on in a v for loop. Okay, so it can happen in multiple instances. So what I will do is I will try to take one by one. So ref on elements is similar to, like, you just give the element name and you just type ref. So let's see it in the playground. I've created some things for you again. So I will show you the three types very quick. So the first one, as I said, ref on the input. You just define the ref on the input and you give the ref to the input, right? And that's it. You have the access to the value directly. So if I do the on mounted here, and if I see the latest one, so if you see, let me just see the first one, you get the access to the input directly. And then we have the other other examples which I will be showing you coming up. Okay, now one thing here is with the ref, is the catch here is, by default you have to always check the ref dot value or whatever you have selected is not undefined. Because why I'm saying this is, let's say you have a function, okay, this watch effect, and it checks for input, this what I say, checks for the value. So if it doesn't have the value, it says that input ref, if it has a value, it says input ref has mounted, because only the refs has the value because when the things is mounted, okay, when the like whole application is mounted, else it will say the input ref is not mounted. Okay, so what I will do is I will just try to filter this up and just show you what runs first and what runs after. And let me just remove some extra space. I will just, yeah, as you can see, so first the ref is not mounted, that's why this one got called, and then only the ref is mounted. So this is also important point which you have to remember. Now once I have taken the ref on elements, now let's take the example of item list for the I. By that I mean the ref on array, v for loop, right? In v for loop, what it does is, so you, let's say you have a list of li elements. Okay, what I've defined here is I've given the ref here, item list. Now automatically all the list item will get filled in the item list. Now to show you this also, what I will do is I will just show you this. So if I go to the mounted number second, and if I see my console here, this one, so as you can see, all the li elements are inside this array. So this is what, how the ref works in the array. Lastly, not the least, let's work on the, let's see how on the child it works. So I have created a component dot child view here, and what I will do is I will remove this also. I will tell you why in a very short. Okay, and yeah, now if I try to, I've given the ref on the child, and now if I try to access the, oof, the mounted for the child, if I see, it gives me the target object and it gives me all data for it. But now here is the catch is, if you're using options API but not the setup, then you can access all the data of the child from the parent. But in this case, currently since we are using the setup, we can't access the data. So in those scenario, if you see, I can't access the data, right? So in those scenario, what you can do is you have to go to the child and tell him to expose it. So you just type define expose, and in this here you define what you want to expose. So I give the expose as count, and now if I see the console log, I can see my count got exposed and I can see it here, right here. So that's a big difference, right? So if I go to the target now, and as I can go to the target again, I can see my count is here with the value of 0. So this is how you actually define it. Okay, so yeah, this is was the template refs. Now see you in the next video. Bye.